What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Jordan Brown, real estate professional for the Austin area in Central Texas. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing the little things that you need to know about moving to this area, which is Austin and the surrounding cities, before you move here. This is going to be little known things about the area. This is going to be maybe things that differ from where you're at now. And they may not seem important individually, but collectively, this is all stuff you need to know. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Most homes located within the Austin area are going to be located within a neighborhood that have 1 to 3 entrances. These neighborhoods can vary between the sizes. They can be as low as 50 homes per that neighborhood, all the way up to over 1,000. Of course, you will find some exceptions where you'll have the larger plots of land with private entrances. Those are going to be a little more common the further away from central Austin that you get. Most of these neighborhoods are going to have an HOA, that is a homeowners association. That's something you pay into either monthly, quarterly, or annually to keep the neighborhood looking good. It holds the community to a standard that keeps your home values high. Your neighbors won't be able to do things like paint their house a funky color or keep that broken down car out in the driveway. Your HOA kind of monitors this and takes care of it. In addition, you also gain access to some of the local amenities, whether that's your local tennis court, a community pool. A lot of these HOA fees are pretty nominal, especially compared to if you're coming from Florida or California. These HOA fees can range from just $20 a month all the way up to over $1,000 annually. Just depends on where you live. If you're in one of the nicer, bigger communities, you're probably going to pay a little bit more for your HOA. Some people don't want to be in the neighborhoods that have HOAs because of these kind of restrictions. Whether it's you can't have a chicken coop, you can't park your RV there. These are kind of examples of things where your HOA may work against what you're looking for in a home. And if that's the case, we'll just need to look somewhere that doesn't have an HOA. Easy peasy. So because of the size of some of these neighborhoods, depending on where you're at within that neighborhood, it could take several minutes to get in and out of your neighborhood. What this means for you is that you're unlikely to be able to just walk out of your house, get in your car, and drive to your local conveniences like grocery stores, fast food, or restaurants within just a few minutes. You're gonna need to either plan that out or just anticipate it's gonna take longer than what you're used to. The style of home that you're gonna find in Austin and in the surrounding areas can vary pretty drastically. Austin is filled with a lot of modern looking homes with really nice updates, and some of the surrounding areas have a more traditional looking house. For example, if you're coming from somewhere up north, it may be a shock to you that tile is not located all throughout the home. In this area, there's going to be a lot of vinyl plank throughout your common areas and carpet inside your bedrooms. It's becoming more and more common to find those HGTV finishes, that farmhouse look with the barn doors and the shiplap in the outskirts of the city. A lot of my out-of-state clients have lived in one-story homes, and so it kind of comes as a surprise that you'll see in Central Texas, 2-story homes are more common. This is because building a 2-story home is cheaper and faster in this area. So if you are searching for that nice single-story home, that's perfectly fine. My best advice I can give you is that it may take a little bit of time to find that home. And so when we do, you need to be prepared to make a competitive offer if that's what you're looking for. This may or may not come as a surprise, but for my clients moving from either up north or somewhere where it's snowy, Texas homes typically don't have basements. There's not a lot to elaborate on here, it's just very uncommon. Is it impossible? No, but it's uncommon. There's one weird, random, kind of gross detail that a few of my clients have asked me to share. It's that Texas has noticeably more roadkill than the states that they move from. There's a lot of expansion happening, a lot of construction, which is pushing a lot of the wildlife outwards and having to cross roads. They get hit, whether it's a deer, possum, a rabbit, or something like that. It's not uncommon to see these critters on the road. I know it's gross, but I gotta let you know so it doesn't come as a shock when you move here. That's the circle of life on full display here in Texas. If you're coming from somewhere where your trash service is included in your taxes, it may come as a surprise that you're gonna have to pay a sanitation company to do that. Whether it's monthly or annually, you're gonna have to pay a company to come pick up your trash and recycling. One alternative, there are city dumps around here that you can take your waste to. It's a little more time consuming. I highly suggest that you work with one of these sanitation companies. It's super affordable. I wanna say we pay about $120 every 3 months to be able to get that taken care of for us. I never thought I'd have to notate this as a difference between states, but in Texas, every room is going to have a vent. Air conditioning is such a blessing down here in Texas. Y'all, it gets so hot sometimes. I'm talking 113-degree summer days. It's wild. You're gonna appreciate having an AC vent in every single room. Speaking of those 100-degree days, that's not all Texas has to offer. In fact, Texas weather is kind of crazy and unpredictable. Texas weather can wear many faces. It can be hot, it can be super stormy, rainy, overcast, and then we even get snow. It can't make up its mind, just like when you're trying to get your wife to decide on where you're gonna go eat that night. One morning, I'll wake up and I'll be wearing a jacket. Then I'm in a short sleeve t-shirt and shorts that afternoon. It's insane. And one thing I never thought I'd say, but to all my northern folks who are moving to Texas to try to escape the snow, in the years that I've lived in the Austin area, I've experienced more year with snow than not. Blows my mind. In fact, Texas had the craziest freeze this February. It was like that 1 in 100 year storm. Many people were without water and power, ourselves included, for up to 2 weeks. Now granted, I don't foresee that happening very frequently, but it is worth noting. It's something where if you move here thinking it's gonna be just sunshine and rainbows all day, that's not the case. But don't get me wrong, Texas has some really beautiful weather. It's not uncommon for a day to be nice and sunny, 75 degree with a light breeze, and it's beautiful. And you'll wanna open up those windows to let the air in. The only thing I'll let you know about that, most of the time that it is that nice sunny and 75, the few months that does happen, it's probably during peak allergen season. So if you're coming from somewhere where you're used to opening up the windows and letting that breeze in, just be prepared. Whether it's cedar or pollen, there's allergens galore here in Austin. So Realtor.com recently introduced this feature that's supposed to indicate if you are located within a flood zone. It's very uncommon that you're gonna need flood insurance in a Texas home. Impossible? No, but it is very uncommon. I don't suggest that you go solely off of the Realtor.com indicator. I've seen it be unreliable and inaccurate, so it's best to work with a local professional, like me, instead of relying solely on what it says online. The last thing I'm going to share with you guys is to prepare yourselves for how nice people are. It's crazy. Austin is such a diverse, mixed melting pot of people, and along with that comes that real Southern hospitality that you're used to hearing about. I've had a few instances where my neighbors have really come through big for me, whether it was letting me know something, that was going on in my house or just checking in on me. The neighbors are awesome. People are so friendly. They'll say hi to you at the grocery store. It's really a welcoming place, and I love it here. So if a friendly atmosphere is something you're looking for, Austin might be the place for you. If any of this that I explained today is vastly different than where you're from, let me know in the comments. I love getting to know about how things differ from state to state. Don't forget, if you are looking to relocate to anywhere in Texas, I would love to be a resource for you. I'd love to help you out, especially if you're moving to Central Texas, which is where I service. My contact information is going to be in the description below. Reach out to me anytime with any question. I'm happy to help. And if you'd love to stay updated with more content about Austin and the Central Texas area, so make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. That's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you tuning in so much. Peace, love, in Texas, y'all. I'll catch you in the next one.